So this is the home of Billy Graham's that he grew up in over on Park Road, kind of near where we live. A lot of history to the home here, being brought here when the library was built. And my family actually has a part of that history alongside the Billy Graham home from the past. And this is pretty much one reason it survived and it's still here. It was because of our involvement long ago, back in the early 80s. But we're here for the first time, and literally, they're about 10 minutes away from me. But I'll share that with you while we walk around. So yeah, as it says right here, Graham family home place, built by Billy's father, William Franklin Graham, in the 1920s on Park Road, which is actually not far from where I live. And yeah, it originally was on Park Road. They were gonna demolish it, literally tear it down in the early 80s. So my dad, if you're from the Carolinas, you do remember my pop. I'll have his information in the description. Saved the home. He started a group called the Heritage Foundation, and people contributed, helped out, and piece by piece it was dismantled. And then of course when PTL was around, they donated the land to have the house put on there for people could visit and experience the Billy Graham home and his childhood home where he grew up. And yeah, Pop, my dad died while giving a tour of the Billy Graham home. Literally, it would have been right out front here at the other property, of course, but he died in the front of the home. He had a massive heart attack. And right here, the sunroom right here was my dad's office at one time while they were still building the home. He would head everything up and give tours to the home. And my mom then after Dad passed away, then my mom had her office in there. She kind of took over to see that this was completed. But that happened in 1984 is when my dad had passed away. He was literally, and to kind of give you an idea what it looked like. So he was buried for over 20 years. It been about that distance from the home. It was like a nice memorial to him, was Billy Graham's home. And Art Linkletter came down and also contributed a tree in honor of my dad. It was a maple tree. It was like right over here. I don't think the maple tree is there anymore, but we'll go inside and check the home out. So I just want to kind of give you that a little bit of that history. I don't even know. I don't think they know. A lot of people who work here probably don't realize that history because a lot of people probably weren't either from here or around here at that time that happened. But yeah, there's plenty of data, plenty of information out there about that whole history of the Billy Graham home when it was moved and everything, and what my dad contributed to it. And I always remember my dad bringing the Billy Graham lamppost, the sign, the address from Park Road, and put that in front of the house. Yeah, he loved doing that, but he wanted to save this piece of history for us to enjoy, and here it is now at the Billy Graham Library. Kind of show you over here too, little screened in area. I love the plants too. I love this area. This house looks great here. I'm just so happy that they did bring this back and preserve all this history. But here's the other sunroom, little screen room over here too. And this is where Billy Graham pretty much grew up, over on Park Road. And his dad built this house. Yeah, you don't want to tear this down. I mean, it was hand built by his own father. So it was kind of crazy that Charlotte wanted to tear this house down. So happy they didn't. And this is for generations and generations to learn about Billy and the family. There you go. It kind of tells you the date it was moved here, 2007. That's pretty cool. So here's the door. So we're going to go inside and see what it looks like now. And here is the dining room. Isn't that beautiful? Yep, there it is right here. It's on the wall. So this is pretty much the house how it looked like on Park Road before my dad saved this home. They were going to tear it down. And Mel and the family, it was Mel's Franklin is Billy's nephew. Saved it from the Heritage USA property and brought it over here, which is great. So I'm happy he did that. But it is here now for you to enjoy. And here is the living room here. Some great photos there. I'm trying to see who's sitting in the chair. Can't really make it out, but yeah, this is the original color. I do remember it being the blue. And then unfortunately you can't go back there now, but this is the sunroom. This is where my dad originally had his office, was right back in there in the sunroom. But they did a great job bringing it back to life. Oh, it looks really good. It's great. You got all kinds of old photos and artifacts. There's another picture right here of the home. See how it was kind of run down? that's literally, it was just sitting there for a long time. So, yeah, I just wanted to bring you what really happened before it came here to the library. Kind of share that with you as well. Yep, and this is great job they've done to here in the sunroom. And yeah, I do remember my dad's desk was over here, and he had a table over here with contractors back in the day. And then when Mom came in, same thing. She'd have the desk here and the contractors be over here to talk to her. But this was the room that was the office for a long time. But I'm happy they brought it back to life in here with the furniture and everything, because Billy's, I'm sure Mom come in here and just enjoy the sunlight and read. And there's a picture of her there. That's great. So yeah, it's beautiful through here. And here is a stairs going up. You used to be able to go up there, and there's bedrooms up. All the bedrooms are upstairs. Another bathroom. Love the old desk here too. A lot of this is some of it original furniture. And here's the kitchen. And it's great. It's beautiful. This is great. Isn't that nice? And there's a little dining room nook on that side. You can't really see it, but it used to be the way they used to do it back in the day when it was at Heritage. You could walk through this way and go through the little dining room over there, and a little butler pantry over there. But Billy's father did an amazing job with this house. And just to let you know too, Gene and Catherine were actually friends of my mom. So during the building of the home, they were always in touch with Mom and talking about some details for the home. And of course, that was back in '84, it's a long time ago. And but yeah, Gene and Catherine were always there. If they needed any help with the home or any information, they provided that to my mom. So here's the house here. So great that they have this here for people to enjoy. And then what's great is, like Park Road Shopping Center, where it is now, this is the barn and the silo there. But yeah, it was a farm at one time, so it's great they have this here. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that's probably what they may have had a barn on the land. There's Connie there. So we're going to go inside and enjoy the inside of the museum, or should I say library. And check this out as you enter the barn. This is beautiful. The old carriage up there too. Got some of the artifacts here too, in these glass cases. Like some movies, because I know Billy had visited movie sets too, and so that's pretty neat. And my dad actually has one of these awards. Yeah, my dad has the Angel Award. My brother has it at home, so he won one of these awards as well. So we do have that at home. Well, my brother has it at his house. He has the Angel Award, and yeah, my dad won one of those. He won one of those for his work on religious broadcasting. That's pretty neat to have one of those in here. But there's a gift store over here as well. They got a little movie you can watch over there, and they got a talking cow over there. I'll have to check her out. And this is the restrooms here, just to let you know, it's right off to the left as you walk in. But I thought this was really cool. Check it out. That's right near our house. That's where the house used to be, and now that's there on Park Road. So if you want to go by and see that, you can go by there and see the monument there to Billy and where the home was. And there's Billy right there. And I know that the building's still there. I believe it's still there. Yeah, it's still there on Park Road. But yeah, that's right there. If you want to see it, it's on Park Road. So I want to show you this wall here. Billy's evangelistic preaching here. And that looks like it's at the old Coliseum. That's the Charlotte Coliseum in 1958. There he is there. And there's the Coliseum right there, which is down the Bojangles Coliseum. But, you know, old pictures here. I always love it here too, where it says Billy Graham Crusade. Then you get wrestling. Then you get Elvis. Then you get ice hockey. And that was 1972. And I did not realize they had this little dairy bar back here, restaurant, little cafe. This is super nice. Didn't even realize this. Check it out. I'm not sure there's a picture of a farm back there in the back. That could be Park Road Shopping Center, where it is now, back here. Very possible. Yeah, it's dairy farm here. The other dairy, there was a dairy farm right near their farm as well, called the Moorcroft Dairy. where the big mall is now, South Park Mall is. But this is really nice. And look, they look like stalls where the cows would be. That is so cool. And here's some of the cool photos from the past. Got Arthur Smith. My dad was actually good friends with Arthur Smith, because Arthur would have his show at WSOC years ago. Johnny Cash. And they have a tour too that you go on. It's like an hour and a half. It's a listen tour. So you have like barcodes or hashtags you can scan with your phone and get the tour. But here's the library here. This is really nice. And I think we had a picture or a statue of Billy back there. Let's go check that out. So the statue here is the sower and the soils. It was created by Tom White, and it says it's not to represent Billy Graham, but it's just of ourselves going out and bringing the gospel, the interpretation of the statue to everyone. It's a really nice statue. I love it. I love the crows down here too. They're so cool. But this is a beautiful statue. Really nice. So yeah, it's not supposed to be Billy, but you say it is. Yeah, it kind of does look like a young Billy Graham. But yeah, it's just to represent all of us and just bring goodness to everybody. The animatronics are really neat, so be sure to stay for the cow when she tells you a story about Billy. And then also the next thing you go to here is a movie. So we're leaving the theater and we're coming in here at this little home. This is pretty cool. Get over here. Wow, I didn't realize they had all that stuff here. So the theater's in there. We're coming in here to see what this is all about. Loving the history here too. Love the cat in the window. Very cool.
And one thing in common. At some point in life, they were all looking for peace. It's the greatest need of our hearts. Did you notice when you walked in today, you came in through the foot of the cross? Because of what Jesus Christ did on the cross 2,000 years ago.
Millions to respond to the message of the gospel.
There is only one person that can send revival, and that is the Holy Spirit.
And as you leave the theater, check this out. The old newsstand here. And there's this old tent there to come see Billy and his preaching. Wow, look at the old advertisement there. Yeah, ready to preach the gospel here. So cool. Look at it, Greater Los Angeles Revival. That is so neat. The recreation's amazing. I love the newsstand. So awesome. So it is self-guided too. We're gonna go inside. Look, 6,000 free seats. Wow. The old revival tent.
Took the youngsters to the Associate Reformed Presbyterian Church in Charlotte. Then, one night, a family friend persuaded Billy to go here.
We are leaving the tent now, where the revival was. And we're going this way into this log cabin. Oh wow, some cool pictures of the family. And there's Billy Graham's wife's wedding dress. And their Montreat house right there, I believe. There's a picture of them together there. Yep. Ruth Bill's wedding dress and wedding ring too. Beautiful picture of them. And this was kind of recreation of where they lived up in the mountains in North Carolina. So cool. Check the fireplace out. So nice. Here she is there, Ruth Bell.
My parents landed in having room.
And in the home here, they talk about Ruth quite a bit in her history of Billy. They have a little presentation there. This is great. Look at the timber up here too. But yeah, this is a nice little tribute to her too, as you walk in knowing her history as well. And what's kind of neat too, when you're in here in the house in Montreat, you can hear this sounds, the wind's blowing too. Like you're there in the mountains, you can hear the birds of the North Carolina mountains. That's so cool they've added that. It looks just like what it looked like in their living room. So cool. I do encourage you guys to come out here and see this wonderful library and the history of Billy Graham. But Billy said it's really not about him. It's about the gospel. And it is. It's about his life, giving the gospel to everybody. Very peaceful. In this next room, after you go into the Montreat room, is the studio room, where Billy did a lot of his television and radio appearances. Look at the old radios here too. But they did a great recreation of the old studio, kind of like what my dad used to work in back in the 50s. But he would do a lot of his broadcasting in a very similar room, just like this, of all his evangelical radio shows. I think I'm going to watch another movie here as well.
When I was younger, at my age now, those temptations are not quite strong.
Are you optimistic about the millennium?
Oh, of course. I'm optimistic about the one because Jesus Christ, we believe the Messiah is going to
That's what I meant.
readers. Billy Graham made it clear many times that these are not his answers, but God's answers, revealed in the Bible. And now live here.
And my friend Tony is doing his thing. Yeah. Oh. So as you leave this theater, we'll walk in here, kind of a self-guided area here, with all the artifacts and photos. A lot of wonderful history. There's the house in Montreat right there. Kind of walk you through here. See all these wonderful photos of Billy through the history of his life. Very cool. It looks like some of the artifacts right here of his. Some of his medals too. Wow, this is great. He earned every one of them too. He helped a lot of people. Heck, he helped a lot of countries. You know, just realize to follow Christ, you know. So cool. And here is Billy's Presidential Medal of Freedom, given to him by Ronald Reagan. Wow. So cool. There's Ronald's signature and the actual certificate towards his medal. 1983. And you have the wall here, pastor to president. I love this right here. All the presidents that he worked with over the years. And they sought his counsel all the time for his assistance through their lives and through their leadership. Yeah, most all of them sought Billy Graham's words and his wisdom, and that really helped, I think, them and the country. So as you leave this room, come to this street that looks like it's from the 60s. Isn't that wild? So this motorcycle was given to Billy when he did the crusade in Tokyo back in 1967, and it says here that he actually gave that to Franklin, and then it was donated here from Franklin in 2009 to the library. And then as you leave this room, you get to see more of Billy's different evangelical speeches. All the crowds are amazing. different major cities, also at after 9/11, and yeah, it's pretty incredible. There's a little area here, some more artifacts here of Billy's. Really nice room. So Billy Graham's horse was Bucephalus. Had to look it up. Bucephalus, I think, is a Tennessee walking horse and was named after the horse of Alexander the Great. And there is the bridle that his horse wore. And you got all other news people that he's been with and talk show host. Over here, like Paul Harvey, Dick Cavett, Johnny Carson, all these guys. There's Johnny right there. And Billy in 1972. Very cool. Going down this way. Just other political leaders, world leaders that he spent time with for so many years. This is a great library, folks. You need to come here and experience this and just read more about Billy and all his accomplishments and just what he did for people for generations. It's great. Some more artifacts here too. A lot of gifts that were given to him over time. It's a beautiful library. I love all the theming they've done too. Got the boots out. Worn by Billy Graham during his 1952 trip to visit American troops in Korea. This is awesome. So I wonder if it says Billy Graham Pavilion, New York World's Fair. And of course, it's here permanently in Charlotte, right off the Billy Graham Parkway. I'll have all the information in the description so you can find this wonderful place to visit. And we're not done yet. We got, I think, a couple more areas. Oh, check this out. Of course, Billy visited the wall when it came down. They just recreation of the wall here too. This is pretty cool. Right here. I mean, it looks exactly like it did back when the wall came down. Check that out right there. And you got the guard post up there too. It's so neat. Yeah, it's like you're actually there. Got the crosswalk there. Wow. Very cool. In this photo here, it's actually in Black Mountain downtown during the funeral procession for Billy Graham. Yeah, and Black Mountain's a beautiful town too. Now you can see why he lived in that area. It's just a beautiful, beautiful area of North Carolina. But this is the funeral procession right here. And this shot here, these photos, is when he was coming into Charlotte to the Billy Graham Library, where he is laid to rest now. Both he and Ruth are there. We're going to visit that in just a minute. But there he is there. Yeah, here's the funeral when he had passed away. And I do remember that. Like I said, we literally lived just 10 minutes away. And there's when his body laid in state there in the Capitol. But yeah, that was a very sad day when we lost Billy. But just, I love these beautiful pictures. Yeah, this is great. And of course, you have the last film you watch of Billy and the funeral. Here we go here. And in just a moment, we'll step out to see where he and Ruth are laid to rest. And also to show you too, they do have a prayer room while you're here. If you want to come and pray and meditate. And you can sit right here in these beautiful chairs right here. And just be at one with yourself and spirit and the Word. And you have the Bibles here too. Great place to come and relax as well and just meditate and pray. I also want to get a shot of the menu for you too. Let me zoom up. There you go. Might be too close, but yeah, the food looks like it'd be really good here too. They're reasonably priced. This is a really nice little restaurant, a little cafe here at the library. And it looks like that windows too. You'll look out like you're looking outside at each of the different booths to eat. Not sure if you notice too when you come in, the window here shaped like a cross as you walk into the main entrance. There it is right there. And there's some great photos here of the family through the years. And It looks like that's probably in the house right there. I'm pretty sure it is. And there's the old farm right there. Isn't that cool? Yeah, November 1918. So now we're going to head down this beautiful pathway to, ooh, the crepe myrtles too. They're beautiful. But yeah, we're going to head down to the resting place of the Grahams back in these woods here. It's beautiful back here too. We didn't realize this is back here. Did you, honey?
I didn't realize it was this much. It's beautiful.
It's great.
You just need to come.
Yeah.
It's gorgeous.
And the history too.
Yes.
I think he's right down here at the end of the pathway. And I love this. It's very simple too. And there's Ruth's. And there's Billy right here. She passed away in 2007. And then Billy passed away in 2018. And I believe, wasn't Ruth, I think she was born overseas.
So with Ruth Graham Bell, when she was riding down the highway, Ruth noticed a sign beside the road, end of construction. Thank you for your patience. With a smile, she said that these were the words she wanted on her gravestone. So if you'll notice, this is on her gravestone. I thought that was pretty interesting.
And of course, next to Billy's gravestone is this placard right here about Billy. And again, you can pause and read that as well. But it's just beautiful out here, and it's something that you guys all need to come see. So as you leave their resting place, then we'll head this way. You get a great view of the library and the house. It's really beautiful back here. It's real well manicured, and they got music playing out throughout the gardens. But there's the home there. And then the library is over here. It's it's bigger than what you think too when you go in there. They got so much to see and learn. So we had a great time here at the Billy Graham Library. Yeah, it was amazing. And I just want to let you know too, it's a humbling experience to come here. Even though my father participated in saving the home behind us, it's not about the house. It's about just Billy Graham and the word that he passed on to everybody, and the love he gave to everybody. That's what it's about. And my dad was just an inkling of that history, but he loved Billy, and he loved what Billy represented and the love he gave to everybody. So it's really humbling coming here, and it's just good to finally come here and visit this place. And I'm happy this home's here to share it with everybody. That's what it's about. What it boils down to is just the love and just experiencing this, and what you take home with you after you leave here. And with that, I just want everybody to know to come here and just experience the love and just what he left behind for us to experience, and carry that to everybody here, on this planet. And it's just humbling to be here. All right, guys, you take care. Did you have a good time?
I had a great time. It's beautiful grounds, and we had a fabulous time today.
So come here and experience this in the Carolina weather, in the North Carolina sunshine and the blue skies. But it looks like it's about to rain. All right, guys, you take care.
Take care.
We love you guys.
Bye.
Bye-bye.